little bit of freehand flailing with TM165 this afternoon. Just getting this mustard cover crop mulched up, cultivated in. So the idea of that is, whilst there's still a bit of temperature about, the mulched crop will start to break down and release a gas into the soil, which should help with PCM control. What is going on here? It is indeed time to get some potatoes on the trailer. Radio check. Things are looking serious over there. There's some very intense staring at the control box. Exciting! Well, that's the first trailer on. Not too bad at all for a load of spuds off the headland. Seem to have got a fairly sensible amount out of what we harvested, rows-wise. Conditions are, at the minute, looking about spot on. Lovely bit of moisture there, not too much, running through the harvester really nicely, and a nice clean sample on the trailer. If we can have a week and a half or 2 weeks of that, that is going to make for quite a pleasant potato harvest. Minimal muck coming off the grader, minimal mess in the field. That is what we'll be hoping for anyway. So I'll get this trailer back to the yard, stick it in the shed. We might come up and get one more tomorrow afternoon as well, just to clear the headlands, and then we'll have a little bit to go out ready for Monday. Tell you what, sometimes you just can't write it, can you? Just getting the second trailer full of spuds off the headland. Something's got caught in the multi-sep. Ripped that section to bits. Damaged another one. Oh, and yesterday, the turbo went bang on the JCB. So that's currently out of action as well. We start spuds tomorrow. I've got the correct section to change that. It is 5:10. My wishes of going to bed early this evening and having a nice relaxing Sunday evening before we start spuds have gone out the window. So I'm going to strip all this down again, try and fix it ready for the morning, and then go from there really. We're getting there. New section is on, just on the reassembly. Had to bodge 3 different cuts in 2 rollers, and also one section which I didn't have a replacement for, which wasn't completely mangled. I've done a repair on that, which involves filling it with sticks like, you know, the stuff like silicone, and then we'll see how we go tomorrow. I have done a roller repair before with the self-amalgamating tape, which is what I've filled the gaps in with. That was an Uncle Roger special. He tried that first, and it does work bloody well actually. Save you replacing a whole roller if it's got a couple of damaged bits, and I don't really want to be replacing more than I need to at this point, to be honest. So Just got to do these up, put the pulleys back on, belts back on, tension the belts at the other side as well, and then we're there. And then guess what? I ain't half going to go to the co-op, buy myself the fattest steak I can find in there, take a potato home to make some homemade chips, bit of peppercorn sauce, and probably a really large gin and tonic. Well, we made it. We made it for the 7 AM start this morning. Didn't go too badly last night actually, got done about 8:30. I did indeed make it to the co-op when I bought myself a steak. And some of that roulette garlic cheese, which I made a sauce with. And took a spud home out of the trailer and made some chips. I'm just going to watch him through this last 2 rows along the headland, because this is a headland we had the trouble on last night. Then we can go and open out in a bit of the field away from the track. All systems a go. So far so good. Haven't had any more roller sections rip up yet. Just doing a pass on each end of the headland to take out the rough tracks where we went up and down with the irrigators. You can't really avoid making a mess in that situation, but level it up so he's not lumping in and out of it each end with the tractor. Ease the job along a bit.
Butters, give us some beans. There you are, look. What an absolute yoke. We've more or less had a really successful first day. I say more or less because
slight teething issue on the grader. I mean, we do expect that on the first day. It actually made it until 4 o'clock in the afternoon with no electrical problems. And then I had to ring my man, Mr. Mark Everett. And the first thing he said as soon as he answered the phone to me, before I had even said anything, was, "They went in the shed all right last year." He just knows the job too well, doesn't he? Anyway, let me show you what happened. Could do with some smell-o-vision for this as well. Lovely burning plastic smell. Anyway, that's where we plug the grader in. External plug on the side of the shed. Must have got a bit of damp in it or something over the last few years of it being there. So basically it burnt out. But Mark Everett on the emergency response, down here within 25 minutes, wired an isolator switch in, and away we go again. We were heading for a fairly solid 150 box day before that happened, but we did lose an hour or so. So we're still going to be at 120, 130, I think, by the time we got this trailer through. So I'll class that as a good first day. Just had a neighbour call. Someone's just parked up on the side of the road next to one of our stubble fields. Just got his lad on there with a scrambler, tearing about. Unbelievable these days, isn't it? It's one thing after another. The other week on the field next to that, there's about 10 lads, all on the edge of the field, just driving golf balls across the field. Bloody ridiculous, isn't it? Anyway, I'll keep you posted with the potato shenanigans, and catch you on the next one. Give us a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed the video.